Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. My name is Dr. Ghost and today we're going to be back on some more World of Warships Legends and we're going to be spinning the wheel to see what we're going to be playing today. Alright, let's go. Before though, let's go and shuffle it a few times so y'all don't think I'm rigging it, alright? Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. 5 or 6 times, there we go, and let's spin it and see what we're going to be playing today. So yesterday we played the Nikolai, and we ended up having a pretty damn good time with the Nikolai. And, well, today it looks like we're playing the SUZUYA, Tier 7 Premium Japanese Light Cruiser. Alrighty then, so, let's head on over to the Japanese and see what we're dealing with. So, Tier 7 Japanese. SUZUYA. So, my build currently, upgrades and loadout, I've got aiming systems, I've got propulsion. This thing has a really good rudder by itself, so I don't really need to build into it too much. And I have main battery mod 3 for the extra reload, okay? For my loadout, we have high explosive, armor piercing. This ship also comes with some long-range torpedoes. We'll cover that, these 3 things in the specs tab. For our consumables, we have some damage control parties. We've got 2 sonars, 3 catapult fighters, and 2 repair parties. We have the SUZUYA flag, and we're running the Golden Week camouflage, which looks really snazzy, okay? Who doesn't love a good old Golden Week camouflage? Looks really nice. In case you guys are wondering, by the way, how to get that Golden Week camouflage, the only way to get it is by getting it either in the Golden Week event, when that drops every year, or you can get it in a crate. I ended up getting it in a crate, in one of those Golden Week containers, okay? So, yeah, just keep that in mind, but you do also have the regular camo that the ship comes with, which looks also really good as well. The Japanese camo, really nice, really nice. Anyway, moving on to the specs. 38,000 hit points, and we've got a 10% torpedo damage reduction. For our artillery, we've got 15 155mm 6-inch guns, okay? This thing has a lot of firepower. 17.3 kilometer range currently on my build, 7.9 reload, and the turrets are a little slow at turning 180 degrees, about 28.8 seconds. For the HE shell maximum damage, we've got about 2,800 with a basically a 15% fire chance. And our AP shell maximum damage, of course, is 3,300 there. We have some secondaries, but we're not going to really talk about that, okay? If you're having to use your secondaries on SUZUYA, you're playing it wrong, alright? You should not have to be using your secondaries on SUZUYA. Now moving on to the torpedoes. Like we said earlier in the loadout tab, this thing does have some long-range torpedoes. They are the classic 610mm Japanese long-lance torpedoes. We have 8 of them per side, okay? So this thing can put out a lot of torpedoes. 109-second reload, 6-second 180-degree turn time, 17,200 maximum damage, 1.7 detectability on those torpedoes by sea, 11-kilometer range with a 50-knot speed. So you have some long-range torpedoes, and, well, yeah, they're pretty nice. Really nice. Really nice indeed. Excuse me. Moving on to the AA defense. The AA, really mediocre. Okay? There's really nothing else to say there. Just really mediocre. Moving on to the maneuverability. 34.5 knot speed on my build currently with a 750-meter turning circle radius and a 5.6 second rudder. Okay? And finally, for the concealment, we have a 10.6 by sea, 6.6 by air, 2 guaranteed with a 6-kilometer detection while firing in smoke. Moving on to the armor, this thing has some interesting armor. Okay, it's really not the greatest armor in the world. Battleships, basically every battleship at Tier 7 except like Brandenburg's, except like the battleships with 305s. So anything with like 15-inch guns, which is like 90% of battleships at Tier 7, will absolutely rake you, okay? Even some Tier 6s. A lot of Tier 6s have 15, 16-inch guns, so you gotta watch out. You only have 25mm everywhere. That's it. 25mm can only ricochet armor-piercing shells up to 14 inches. Okay, anything bigger than 14 inches, so 15s or higher, will go straight through your bow like butter. And we're not even talking about high explosive. High explosive is a completely different ball game. High explosive will also rip you apart. So you really got to be careful. You got to be kiting around. Number one and number two, you don't want to get caught, you know, broadside. That was number one. You just don't want to get hit. But number two, you don't want to get caught broadside under any circumstances, because this thing has a citadel bigger than God's green earth. Okay, especially at range. it's a bad time. But even at close range, they just need to hit you center mass, and they're gonna get citadels. Okay, there is no ifs, ands, buts about it. You're gonna get citadeled if you get caught. It's a fact. Unless you get really lucky, which is also a possibility too. This is still World of RNG Legends. Okay, anything's possible. I'm obviously just joking. And finally, moving on to the overview. This ship was actually a real thing. If I'm not mistaken, this is a Mogami hull. This is, and actually, I believe this is a Mogami class light cruiser. The Mogamis, the Mogamis also had the variants where they had 203mm guns, 8-inch guns. They had 10 of those, and then there was also the variant with the one we have now with the 155mm gun layout, 6-inch guns. Okay, so this is the light cruiser variant, I believe, of the Mogami, if I'm not mistaken. Now, I don't think it's technically a Mogami class. I think it is its own class of ship, if I'm not mistaken. But it's basically a Mogami hull, but with 6-inch guns. Okay, so yeah, she actually did exist. There was 4 ships in the series, and she entered service in 1937. All right. Currently, Wargaming lists her as a guns aplenty ship. Pretty true. She has a lot of firepower. Wargaming lists her with superior high explosive damage. I guess that's pretty true. And it's agile. I guess that's pretty true too. Although it says in the specs, she ain't that agile, but she really is. Like, she moves around nicely, and she is a very quick turning ship for sure, even without rudder. Okay. And finally, we are running, the commander we're running is ARP Haguro. My inspirations are Charles Madden and Francesco Membelli. I run Charles Madden for the extra turret traverse speed and the extra reload, and I run Francesco Membelli for the extra reload. So I'm kind of going double reload build here, okay? The base trait here is the deck is on fire. Chances of causing a fire is plus 1%, basically. Or 0.9%, I guess. And our cruiser main battery range goes out to 2.7. Okay, so pretty nice there. We're running Beyond Range, Igniter, Hellfire. This one right here is unique to Haguro. It increases her shell penetration multiplier, or just her armor penetration, not her multiplier, just her armor penetration of her HE shells. A raw pen, baby, on these HE shells. And also it increases our HE shell damage by 6%. So just a nice little perk to have for extra damage. We're also running Fixated and Refill Station. She's a Legendary 2, rank 16 captain, and before I go into battle, I'm going to put on some stuff. I'm going to put on an Epic Battle Booster, just because why not? Obviously, this will affect my stats minorly. This will increase my range, my movement speed, and whatnot, so stats, the stats I've shown you are the ones without this on, okay? But obviously when you put this on, I get an extra, basically a kilometer of speed, so I go up to 35 knots, and my range goes out about 0.7, 0.8, so pretty nice there. We're also going to put on a credit flag, because this is a tier 7 premium ship. We're going to put on a global XP booster, and we're going to put on an epic commander XP booster, because this is a premium ship. Premium ships make the most amount of credits in this game. I want to try to maximize my economy here, okay? So if we have a really good game, we're going to get the most out of it, right? Anyway, let's head into battle. Y'all know the deal with these wheel videos, okay? When I get a random ship, I'm just gonna go straight into battle. I'm gonna talk to you guys live with this live comm sort of deal while I'm playing, okay? So we already got into a match. It's gonna be on trap. It's a domination mode. All right. It's funny because the last game I played was in the Saipan, and it was also on this map, which is interesting, but different spawn. Anyway. So it looks like we have a tier 6 and 7 game. And of course, when we're playing a light cruiser, we have 1, 2, 3 cruisers. We have 3 DDs. And we're not even a radar cruiser. And we only have 2 battleships. So this is going to be a little harder to deal with. And we're in a carrier game as well. At least it's only a Lexington. I'm not as scared of a Lexington as, like, you know, a Surov or a German one or whatever. But hey, it's still a carrier. It's still kind of a pain. This matchmaking, not the greatest. This cruiser thrives. This cruiser here thrives in battleship lobbies where you can just sit back and burn everything down. But I mean, hey, we could still maybe have a good game. So right with us, we have a Jaeger. And it looks like we have a Moss coming this way, maybe. And that's really about it. So this is going to be tricky. So as you guys can see, I mean, the agility here with the SUZUYA, still pretty good. Like, even though we're not built into it. We're talking about that in the review portion, but this thing still does turn pretty well. Even though you don't even build for it, it's still pretty good, right? So I do like to have my propulsion mod on, just so I can, you know, get up to speed when I slow down and whatnot, and throttle jock a little bit when battleships shoot at me. Now, it looks like the carrier's coming this way. I'm going to put up my fighter to kind of, you know, thwart him from coming over here. And the Hawk is spotted, so we're going to take some shots over there. We're going to immediately start turning away, kiting away, using our range. And, yeah, trying not to get yeeted at the beginning of the game. That would be really good. Looks like he just shot at us, and we're going to slam on our brakes, and look at those shells just go right by. You gotta love it, right? And it looks like we already have a fire, and we're doing absolute crap loads of damage to him. And, yeah, he's not having a fun time. We've already done 11k to him with 20 shell hits. Make it 13k with, yeah, 27 shell hits. You gotta like that. That's just nasty. Now, the carrier looks like he's dropping in, or no, he's actually not dropping in, so we're just gonna, you know, kind of keep on sailing around here and see what he does. Now, we're gonna send some torpedoes out that way. I'm probably not gonna hit anything, but hey, you never know, right? Now, it looks like the Hawk is kind of turning in, so we're gonna keep on dishing out these 6-inch guns. He did put out our fire, so if we can get a follow-up fire, that would be fantastic. I'm trying to. He did go unspotted, but I did get a shot off right before he went unspotted, and we got the fire. There we go. Pretty decent fire chance on my build, so I'm kind of glad. Now, he did take a shot at us. That's looking decent. Oh, it goes right under and over. Yep, there it is. He's not having fun, and just because... Oh, nope, we don't get the double fire. I was gonna laugh if we would have got the double fire there. We could still get one, though. I mean, that's a lot of shells going his way. Unfortunately not. Doesn't look like it's happening. So yeah, that Hawk so far not having a lot of fun. Oh, there's the double fire. And yeah, we've already done 30,000 damage to him. He's already used probably one of his heals. So yeah, Hawk not having fun. And I think what we're going to start doing is kind of moving in. And I actually did hit that Hawk with one of those torpedoes. So now, not only is he flooding, he's also on a double fire. Now, he did just damage con that fire and that double fire and that flood. So there you go. And as you guys can see, I mean, look in the top right. We've already done 50,000 damage to him. He's healed a lot of that back. So there's that. Now, this is a pretty interesting situation to be in. I think what I want to do is kite north. I really don't want to be in close quarters to a, you know, a Hawk. That would not be good. Now, Flint out here. Flint is an American light cruiser. It's an Atlanta-class light cruiser, to be exact. And, well, it has no armor, so we should be able to absolutely obliterate him with some high explosive rounds. But he's broadside. So what we're going to do, we're going to swap over to the AP real quick. See if we can't get a sneaky shot off at him with the AP and absolutely wreck him. I mean, these 155s at this range, 10 kilometers is the sweet spot. We can citadel them. It can happen. Unfortunately, though, I think we hit a little too far forwards, unfortunately. He backed up really fast, and, yeah, we just did not get the pens or the citadels we were hoping for there, unfortunately. And so, since he's behind that island now, we're just going to keep on cycling these 6-inch guns at this Hawk here. We're going to swap over to high explosive. We had some AP loaded, obviously, for that Flint. And yeah, Hawk is almost dead. We got some pretty decent pens there. Looks like the Hawk did damage con that fire. He's taken some 15-inch rounds from the John Bart. John Bart doesn't get a whole lot of damage there. And, well, we got the fire just like that. 3k as well, 5 penetrations. And this is basically, ladies and gentlemen, what the SUZUYA does. It just sits back, kites around, and causes absolute destruction and mayhem when it comes to fires. It's beautiful. If this is your deal, if you really like ships like this, where you just sail around, set fires, dodge shells, you will probably love the SUZUYA. It is actually available right now in the store for Global XP. 750,000 Global XP, which is obtainable for free. You can get Global XP for free in this game. Every battle, you earn a little bit of Global XP here and there. If you save it up, you could potentially buy a ship like this or others as well, okay? So yeah, SUZUYA really solid, as you guys can see. I mean, we're just bullying this poor Hawk. I mean, this poor guy, not having fun. I mean, I know I would not be having fun right now. That's for sure. He did just damage Connor fire, so we're gonna put out 15 more guns, and yeah, down he goes. Down he goes. And well, we got some broadside cruisers out here, so we're gonna swap over to the armor piercing. And we're going to begin to also angle a little bit, because we don't want to get, you know, caught broadside. We could still get smacked. Now, Belfast at 9 kilometers is very broadside, and we have a bunch of 6-inch guns heading his way. And unfortunately, no citadels, but we do get some penetrations, once again. A little bit of server lag as well, you gotta love that. And, well, there's the citadels. Down he goes. And we're up to 90,000 damage, and we're getting shot across the map by a Massachusetts. I'm surprised I did not just get yeeted because, well, Massachusetts, very capable ship. I'm very shocked that I didn't get Devstruck. I wasn't even paying attention. See, a little bit of luck, that's all you need sometimes in a cruiser, right? See, even I get lucky sometimes. Even I get lucky sometimes. You gotta like that. It's good for a change. Oh god, massive shot again. This time, though, I'm paying attention, so I should hopefully be able to dodge. Ooh, yeah, we dodged most of them. And thankfully, he only hit us a couple times there. So, minimal damage. And, well, we're gonna just stop here. We do not want to come around this island, because, yeah, Massachusetts is right there, obviously. We will get absolutely yeeted, odds are. But I want to peek around just enough to where I can potentially smack this destroyer. So that's what we're gonna do. Smack this little destroyer with our front guns. That's the back gun that phased through the island, but we have our front guns reloaded. But he dies to our Zeton. Zeton takes him down, and, well, there's that. You gotta like that. I really want to come around this corner. I think I will. Yep, now I'm gonna go, because he just shot his guns. 30 seconds on his reload. I want to just get some more damage. I'm kind of hungry for damage right now. Because, well, we're a SUZUYA. We want more damage. We're going to test a little bit of our RNG, too. We got one of our heals left. I think we can turn in and dodge a lot of these shells that he sends. So it looks like we just set him on a double fire. He did damage Connet. I don't know where he's looking. Very interesting indeed. Also, the carrier spotted to the south. Very interesting as well. Now, we're going to turn in a little bit. We don't want to hit this island and run aground. That would be really unfortunate. Now, what I'm trying to do is get a follow-up fire. Now, Massachusetts, once again, shot at this guy. Okay. I mean, that's fine with me. As long as you don't shoot me, I'm happy. I mean, hey, paid actor right here. Time to start putting your conspiracy theories in the comments below. Because this guy just doesn't care, I guess. And there's a double fire. Yep, there it is. And now, since we're behind the island, we're going to start shooting the carrier. Because why not, right? Why not? Farm some more damage. Farm some more damage. You know, using our brain here, getting this island between me and the battleship, and we're just going to sit here and try to farm this Lexington. That's if I can actually hit the guy. For some reason, my shells are not hitting him. Like, 15 rounds are going down range. I'm only hitting like 1 or 2. There we go. There's the hits rolling in. There's the hits rolling in. And, well, are we going to get the kill? I think we might. Yeah, we do. We get the kill. Just like so. And just like that, we're up to 139,000 damage. Are we going to get the kill on the Massachusetts? We got a double fire on him. I think we might. I think we might. And we got the fire kill on the Massachusetts as well. To end the game off, almost with a Kraken, I believe. Yeah. 4 kills. It's crazy. I come on, start recording, 20 minutes later. Once again, 2 days in a row, I've decided to spin the wheel just for a video for you guys. And we have a pretty good game. I mean, it's not a barn burner, but it's still a really solid game there. 143,000 damage, 200 main battery hits, a torpedo hit, 2 incapacitations, 4 ships destroyed, 11 set on fire. Yeah, a flood and 2 citadels with a high caliber. And just like that, we were top of the team with 4 kills. 2.5k base. 2.579 to be exact. So anyway, very decent game there in the SUZUYA. Also, the economy here. We made an absolute boatload of credits. 700,000 credits earned, obviously, with our flag and everything, and our premium time and our premium ship bonus. As you guys can see, we made a bunch of bank right there. We made some pretty decent global XP as well. So, yeah, Suzuya, really good ship. I mean, this thing is absolutely disgusting, especially in a game like that, as you guys saw. I mean, even though the matchmaking wasn't that favorable, we talked about it at the beginning of the game. This matchmaking's not that good. Well, we still ended up having a really solid game, even though the matchmaking wasn't the greatest, right? So, yeah, Suzuya, really good. Like I said earlier, if you guys want to get it, the only way right now to get it is by in the store, head on over to the ships tab and go to Japan, and the Suzuya is in here, I believe. I don't know if it's going to be in there since I already bought it. But I did buy it for GXP. It should be in there for you guys. But it is 750,000 global XP, unless they took it out. I don't think they did, though, right? They shouldn't have. But anyway, I would think it'd be in there. Even if you buy a GXP ship, it should still remain in there, right? Japan. I guess not. Like, for example, I bought the Udachi. It's still in here, but for some reason the Atago's not in. Or no, Atago's in here, but the Azuma's not. So I don't know. But yeah, I did pick it up for GXP. So I mean, you guys can get it right now for 750,000 global XP. And as you guys saw in that game, if you have a really solid game, you can earn some pretty good GXP. I mean, we earned how much GXP? Let's see. We earned 1,900 GXP with our GXP flag and everything. So that all adds up. I mean, in just the past month, I've earned like 245,000 global XP. So, yeah. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to go ahead and do it for today's video. I hope you all did enjoy it. If you guys did, be sure to go down there and hit that like button and hit that subscribe button. I know I had some fun with this, so, yeah, Suzuya, man, absolutely disgusting, disgusting ship. Yeah. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, leave a comment. Tell me what you guys thought of this one. Nonetheless, I will catch you all on the next one. Peace out. Stay healthy. As always,